Lorraine Bonython's passion for language and teaching began when she was 11 years old, studying Latin. 2 years later, she studied Shakespeare. After graduating from secondary school, Lorraine was accepted into Teachers College and completed her first degree at the age of 19 with outstanding results. She never stopped studying. In 2004, she was recruited as a senior research officer and teacher in Thailand, and thus began her international career. From Thailand to Taiwan, to Singapore, to Russia, her passion for phonics was vital in helping all learners to understand the nuances of English pronunciation. She constantly wrote new and original materials to make the learning of English easier and fun. In 2021, she publishes, in collaboration with Eurobox, her new literary work entitled Say That Again. We have the honor of welcoming her into Conoscere TV today. Hi, Lorraine, how are you?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
So good to see you. Let's talk Say That Again. What is this book about then?
This book is for adults, so they can actually read and practice speaking correctly in English, because it is so complex, I know, when you learn another language, that you have to be able to apply the correct pronunciation. So I wrote it for adults.
I know that among the reasons why you wrote this book, there's the pandemic situation. What has been the problem since COVID-19, and how can your book help?
Right, well, because I usually work for my company in Milano, they asked me when I came to Malta to work online for them as well, which for me was a real advantage, because when COVID came along and everybody else was learning online the only way they could, I already knew, if you like, how to do it. I'd already had some practice at teaching online from a distance. But what happened is, as the COVID pandemic became more and more intense, so many people whose companies had always been happy to pay for their classes put learning English as a lower priority on the financial list. So many people I'd worked with, they no longer had someone to pay for their classes. And of course, they didn't have the money themselves. So what I thought I could do was give them something that would give them a chance to keep practicing on their own, because adults do that. When adults want to learn something, they do. Yeah. So I thought, okay, write it down for them and make it as clear as possible, and they can cope without me and without everybody else if necessary.
Okay, so good. So I'm curious to know, what were the very first results or comments by your students or readers?
Well, my students always say to me, can we talk more? They want, obviously, they want to talk. And that, of course, is the whole reason why they're learning English. So I'm also wondering if maybe when I write the next book, we'll do a CD with it, so that they can, if necessary, listen and practice and imitate, if you like, and use me as a model for speaking.
That's great. I also know that you're indefatigable in your teaching mission. Are you planning to write and publish more or something different in your future?
I think when you write, you usually write anyway, and I've published some academic papers anyway. So writing, I suppose, is part of what I do. And if this book is very successful in the sense of lots of people find it is useful, then certainly I will continue writing more and more and putting it together, because I know teaching language, the language doesn't stop after 2 or 3 chapters. You just keep learning and learning. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lorraine, for your contribution and for satisfying our curiosity. I hope my pronunciation is good enough.
It was very good. It was perfect.
Thank you. Say That Again is a grammar and pronunciation book designed for intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced adult English learners. And it was born from Lorraine Bonython's passion for language and teaching. Convinced that too often adults are expected to memorize new concepts, and if they were children, having the same amount of time and mind structure that a child has, she created an easier, faster, and practical way to learn this language. It is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Europe Books.